What's up, guys? It's Generalkidd here, and we're gonna be revisiting another overload glitch today. This time on Halo Reach. Now, this is a lot harder than the Halo 3 version of the overload, but I do think the effects are a lot more cooler. Actually, that's not that's not proper grammar. Or the effects are cooler. There. Or I could just say more cooler-ist. Yeah. Screw grammar. Anyways, the easiest map to do this on would probably be Forge World, but you could technically do it on any map you want, as long as the map's budget and size is big enough. So obviously Forge World is the easiest. So just pick a nice corner of the map, like up here where you spawn, and just build like a little box to keep things in. You can use like these 4x4 blocks that are the tall ones, I believe they are. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make a simple box. That's 3x4 blocks in size. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. Just a box small enough, but also big enough to contain all the stuff you'll be filling it with. So just place down a couple more blocks, and we should be good after that. Now, so Halo Reach's engine can handle a lot more objects on the map at once than Halo 3's engine, so that's why it's a lot harder to overload it. So, and also Halo Reach doesn't have trip mines anymore. You can't just toss down an object infinitely like you could on Halo 3. So what we gotta do instead is, in Forge, we gotta fill this box with pretty much all the objects on a map. Like, use up the entire budget if you can. The more the merrier. So the easiest way is to fill it up with a bunch of vehicles first. And then once you've used up all the vehicles, just start filling it with other stuff like grenades, weapons, I don't know, fusion coils, whatever you can fill it with. The more interactive the object, the better. The more likely you are to overload the map. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly like the entire budget, but as close as you can get to it as possible would be best. So here we got pretty close. I'm not gonna fill it up completely, but just once you fill it up, assuming you've used up most of the budget, just save the map here, just in case. Just in case you mess it up. And then what you want to do now is the final piece, which is to spawn a what do you call it? A grid. I believe it's under. Should be under structures or scenery. It's been a while since I actually played Reach, so yeah, there we go. So grid, and then you wanna place it right on top of it so that vehicles don't fly out when they spawn later on. You don't actually have to crush the vehicles. That was just a mistake on my part. Now, if we were doing this in Halo 4 or Halo 5, then yeah, you would need to crush the vehicles because the overload method is very similar in those games. But we are not in those games, so don't crush the vehicles. Just put it on top of them. Leave like a small gap. Will be good enough. A small gap that you can still fly underneath the grid to get to the vehicles when you need to. Because to see the effects, you will need to delete some of the vehicles eventually. But for now, you need all of them to overload the map. See, right here, that gap's too small, so you're gonna want to make that a little bigger. So raise up the grid just a little bit. So in the original video of this, I don't think we were too clear about exactly how to overload it, so I hope that this one's a lot more clear for you guys. Now, why would you want to overload a map, you might ask? So here are a few cool things that can happen when you overload the map. So the first one is, aside from making it really laggy, which is annoying, a very common side effect of overloading the map is that a lot of times you'll spawn weaponless. And with being weaponless, there's a lot of cool things you can do. One of them is if you get in the passenger seat of the Warthog, you just stand up in it, kind of like in Halo 2. For some reason in Halo 3, you don't stand up when you're weaponless and in the passenger seat. But I guess on Halo Reach and Halo 2 you do. I don't remember if any of the later Halo games did the same thing. But yeah, so this is one side effect. Another side effect, which we cannot get to happen this time, but it has happened before, is that when you spawn vehicles, sometimes they'll become turretless. As in, they'll spawn with no turret on the back, and you can't even use the turret at all. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of like the turretless glitch from Halo 3, but we couldn't reproduce it. Now, the big glitch with overloading, we will show you in our next video. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.